Hi, this is Maria from Crochet A to Z, and welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button. If you have, I want to thank you. I want to thank everyone for being here. And also please push that like button because it does help get the algorithms out there so other crocheters can find this channel. So today I want to show you this great project. It's a one-day project. You can do them on weekends. You can make a lot of these in a day. It's great take-along project. You can give these, make them, and give them to your favorite barista. If you want to just leave it on someone's desk to say thank you for something they may have done. If you just want to give them as little gifts, you can put them as stocking stuffers, and you can stuff these with candy, whatever you want in it. And it's just great. It makes a great little gift. You can make these and put them on your Christmas and holiday packages. You can make them and sell them if you wanted to. You can hang these on the tree. You can make a mobile out of these, but these are just great. They're easy, they're fun to make. And this is the Granny Square Treat Stocking, and it is a Christmas stocking or holiday stocking. And I'm going to show you just how easy this is to make. And I love them. They're colorful. You can make them in any color you want. As you see here, I've made them in different colors. I'm going to be giving these away at a doctor's office that I go to for an oncologist that I see. And I'll be giving these away to the different ones that are working there because they're so good to me through the year. And also to the patients. I'll leave them for them to give to the patients as well. And put a little smile on someone's face. So let's get started. These would even be nice to make, and if you wanted to give them to a children's hospital or a nursing home. They're just adorable, and they're so easy to make and so quick. If you have a lot of leftover yarn, perfect for leftover yarn. So let's get started, why don't we? So we're going to start. And I am using, for this, I'm using an eye hook, 4 weight yarn is the best if you want to make a 5, but I'm using 4. And what we're going to do first is we're going to do a slip knot. And after we do our slip knot, we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once we chain 4, we're going to join this with the slip stitch, and we're going to join it. Then we're going to chain 1, and I'm going to make a double crochet in the middle of this. So I'm going to chain 1, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That chain 1 counts as nothing. I do not like to do chain 3s for my granny squares, so that's why I'm showing you what I do. So now we're going to make 3 double crochets in the middle of the center of this ring. Once we make 3 double crochets, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to make 3 more. This is just as if you were making a granny square. I was going to say a granite square, a granny square. So we're going to make 3 more double crochets. And then if you want to work that little tail in, you can. So then after we make 3, we're going to chain 1. We're going to make 3 more. And like I was saying, you can give these as little gifts just to say thank you to someone without making them feel uncomfortable that you've spent a lot. You could just, because there's nothing nicer than giving somebody something that you've made. That means more than anything. So now you chain 1, and we're going to make 3 more double crochets in the center. I go slow. You can follow along. You can write it down, whatever you want to do. Beginner to advanced, everyone in between. Once we do that, we're going to chain 1 right in the top of that first double crochet. We're going to do a slip stitch. And then once we do that, you're going to leave enough of a tail, and I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to pull this through. Now, I want to mention you can make these all one color. You don't have to change colors if you don't want, or you can change colors. So now once we do that, what we're going to do is I've weaved most of this in, so I'm going to cut this. You want to cut as you go along making these or weaving it in. You want to definitely do it when you get to the end, and I'll show you why and tell you why. Because once you close this up, all of that's going to be inside, and you want to make sure that you get it all done before you fold it over. So now let's go to the next color. So let's do the next color. Now once we made our center, and that is our first row. I go slow, you can follow along, you can write it down. We're going to attach our next color. And then once we do that, we're going to chain 1. Counts as nothing. And then I'm going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Once we do that, we're going to chain 1, chain 2, and put 3 more double crochets right in the same spot. And that's our first corner. So now once we do that, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go to the next corner, and we can weave this right into that. So we're going to go right in here, and see what I mean by weaving that in, so that afterwards you can cut that off, the end off. So we're going to go in there and make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to chain 1, chain 2, and make 3 more double crochets right in that same spot. Now once we do that, we're going to chain 1. We're going to go to the next spot right here, where there's a little opening between the 3 that we have, double crochets, and we're going to make 3 double crochets, and this is corner number 3 that we're doing. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3, just like a granny square. See how it looks? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So we did 3 double crochets, a chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, a chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, chain 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to chain 1, and in the next corner we're going to split, make sure that we have between that, where that chain 1 is, got 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets. We're going in the middle of that, and we're going to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Then once you do that, you're going to chain 1, chain 2, and you're going to make 3 more double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Then once you do that, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to slip stitch in that very first double crochet. You're going to go right in there, and you're going to just slip stitch. Now sometimes it's a little hard to get in there because if you crochet tight like I do, but that's okay. And you're going to slip stitch right there. After you do that, we're going to cut this off, and we're going to slip this through. And what I'm going to do now is these have been weaved in, so I'm going to cut them. Because they've been weaved. So I'm going to cut them off. Get that all done, except for that one, because I'm going to try to weave that into our next one. So now once I do that, I'm going to go to my next color. So I think I'm going to add some green to it. And the beauty of these is you can make them whatever color you want. And you can start anywhere you want to attach this. It does not matter. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to use green. And then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to go in there and make my first double crochet. Chain 1 counts as nothing. And I'm going to weave this end in to that double crochet. So I'm going to weave those ends right in. And then all I have to do is cut them, the end. And those are my 3 double crochets. The chain 1 counts as nothing. Once I do that, I'm going to chain 1, and in this corner between the 3 double crochets and the chain 2, I'm going to put 1, 2, and 3 double crochets. Once I do that, I'm going to chain 1 and chain 2 and put 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. This row is going to be different from this row and this row, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. So now I'm going to weave this in to that. So I'm going to put 3 double crochets on the side, because in the corners you have 3, 3, chain 2. In the middle of those you have 3 double crochets. which would be your typical granny square. And then as you enlarge, it just makes it bigger as you make it bigger. And that's what happens, then you increase. So now you're going to chain 1 and go in the middle of here and put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. After you do that, you chain 1, chain 2, and 3 double crochets right in the same spot. 1, 2, and 3. This is beginner to advanced and everyone in between. And by the way, I do have a tutorial on how to make granny squares. So now we're here again. We're in the middle of these two. So in here, you're going to put 3. But before you do that, you're going to chain 1. Then you're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. After you make your first 1 or 2, you're going to remember this and you're not even going to have to think about it. Chain 1, and once you do that, you're going to go in the middle of these 3 and these 3, and you're going to put 3 double crochets. And I will note again that I do not chain 3 when I make I don't chain 3, and to me I like the look of it. I like that I only chain 1, attach, and then chain 1, because I just like the look of not seeing the chain 3. And my tutorial is that tutorial, that you don't have to chain 3. So once you do that, you make 3 double crochets, you chain 1, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets for this corner. And I'm going to do a recap. So in every corner, you're going to have 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets in the corners. On these sides down here, you'll have 3 double crochets together and a chain 1 in the middle before you move on. Now, once we get to this is where everything changes, and I'll show you what I mean. So now we're going to go in the middle here. We're going to put 10 treble crochets. 10. And yes, they all fit. The reason why we put 10 here is because that is your foot of your stocking. So that's right here. This is where it all gathers, and you see it's on both sides. I'll get another one so you can see it. So that's the foot of your stocking. So you're going to yarn over and yarn over. I do have videos on how to make single crochets, double crochets, and extended single crochets, treble crochets. So there are tutorials on all of this. Then you're going to go in there, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's your treble crochet. That's 1. You're going to yarn over and yarn over. You're going to go back, pull up a loop. Make sure that the loop is long enough so that they all measure the same or look the same. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to do this so that you have 10 of these treble crochets, all in the same spot. You're making the toe of your stocking. Should I say the toes? So there's 10 of them. So you'll have 5, you'll have 10 toes, you'll have 5 on each side. Just think of it as that. So you want to make 10 of these treble crochets. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And of course we'll count those just to make sure that's what we have. And let's look to make sure. And it looks kind of tight, but that's okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you do have 10 treble crochets. So once you make your treble crochets, and just to mention, you did 3 double crochets, a chain 2, 3 double crochets. You did not chain 1 here. You did not have to. You went right into your 10 treble crochets. Then once you finish your 10 treble crochets, you will not chain 1 again. You will just go into this and make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, and then you'll chain 1, chain 2, and make 3 more double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Then after you do that, you will chain 1, and then you will do a slip stitch right into that first double crochet in this spot right here, and you will do a slip stitch. And I just want to show you. Now once you do that, we'll cut that away. And I crochet very tight, so I want you to know that. So everybody crochets differently. I happen to crochet tight. Now I'm going to look around because I'm going to see that these are here. So I want to get these. I weaved them in, so I'm going to just cut these. And you're going to see why you want to cut these ahead of time. Because to wait to cut them after you've put this stocking together is not going to be easy to do. So now that once I've done that, I am going to actually weave this end in because I haven't weaved this. I just cut that. So we're going to weave this in. So what I do is, as I've said in other tutorials, I weave my needle in first, and then I thread it, and then I'll put that through, and then I'll cut that. Sometimes I cut them too short, and that's why I end up weaving them like that. I put my needle in first, but now I've gotten so used to doing it that way that I like doing it that way whether I have a long string or not. So once you do that, this is where your toe is. You're going to face this way. You're looking at this, and I just want to mention, if you're confused at which side is the wrong side and the right side, and I did a tutorial on this, this is your right side. You can see how nice your stitches are. This nice and finished looking. Then when you turn this around, you're going to notice how intricate this is. You can see your stitch formation. That's how you can tell the right side and the wrong side. And if I put two together, see how you can tell? This is the wrong side. This is the right side. And that's how it looks. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to finish this off. So I think I'm going to pick red as my next color. So now, like I said, this is your toe. You've got your 10 treble crochets, and this is your top. So on this side, we're going to start and we're going to attach our yarn. And I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to make a single crochet, and then I'm going to make another single crochet and a third single crochet right in that corner between these 3 double crochets and these, and in where that chain 2 is. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a single crochet across. So I'm going to go right across and make single crochets right across. See them? And we're going to go right across and make our single crochets. Now when I get to this corner, I am going to do 1 single crochet between the 3 double crochets and the 3 double crochets, and where that chain 2 is, I'm going to make a single crochet. And now I'm going to do this part, the hanger for your stocking. So we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Once you do that, you're going to go right back in there and you're going to put another single crochet, but you're going to make it so that it's part of that and you're attaching that. And then we're going to go right back in there and make another single crochet. So now this is where it gets cute. These are your toes, and I'll put this like this so you can see. There you go. That's your toes. This is your right side. This is the side you were working on. That's your right side. This is your wrong side. You're going to get it and you're going to fold. And I'm going to move these stockings over because they're right there. And we're going to fold this in half. Once we fold that in half, we want to make sure that we make this even so that they even up together. And we're going to go in here and we're going to go from the front and to the other side, and we're going to make a single crochet. So again, we're grabbing both sides. We're going, and I'll show you what I mean. We want to grab, see your V and your V. We're going to grab the 2 V's, and then we're going to grab the 2 V's on the other side, and we're going to go, right across, and we're going to make our single crochets across. And when I get to an opening, I'm just going to go right in there. And then we're going to go right into the, again, when we get to the V's, we're going to just, but when there's an opening, I'm just going to go into that opening and make my single crochet. And we're going to go right across, and we're going to make sure that it's even and it's, you know, that it's lined up. See how it's lined up? There's your other opening that's on both sides. We're going to go right into this and just capture that whole thing. And then we're going to go right across, and we're going to do our single crochets right across. Now I want to mention, if you want to just make one row of single crochets, you can. Like this was 2 rows. This was 2 rows. But you can just do one. This is the 1 row. You can either do 1 row or 2 rows. That depends on what you like better. I like them both. So it doesn't matter. But I want to mention that as well. So let's continue. And you can make a lot of these in a day. This is one of those projects, but it's a really cute project. And I'm going slow so you can follow along with me. And when you get to this corner, you can just put 1 there. You don't have to put 3. And then we'll keep going right around. And we'll make sure we're grabbing both sides. And you can tell that they're even because you're almost like you're fingering it before you get to it. So now you know there's another opening there. And this is where your 10 and 10 treble, the 10 treble crochets are. When you made your 10 treble crochets, 10 right there. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. Then you have 5 trebles on that side. And that's where you have your 10 in all. And at the very end, you're going to just grab that at the very end, that's at the toe, and you're going to do the same thing. Now, if you want to continue and do another row, all you have to do is chain 1 and turn your work. And you can continue and just go where you left off. And just go right around and finish up with the 2 rows. But that's up to you. And this will work up very quickly, as you can see. And you can make it 2 rows or you can make 1 row. It's up to you. And you just do single crochets in the single crochets that you did prior. And here you go, you're getting to the very end. So you just do that at the very end. And you can grab this side of this, and you can grab the other side of that, and you can just bring them together. And it kind of closes that up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this. And we're going to just weave it through. Little slips. And then what I do is I go inside here and I get my needle and I weave my needle through. And I put my needle through that, and then I weave it through. And I'll just weave it through. And then I'll just cut that. And then I'll get this end, and this has already been weaved through because I did it when I did that, and I can get this end and I can cut that. And that is your little stocking. Isn't that adorable? And it's so cute. And you can put all your little things in here if you want. And you can put your candy in here. Or you can leave it empty. You can put them on the tree. You can give them as ornaments. You can put them as stocking stuffers. You can sell these. They're just adorable. And that's what it looks like once it's done. And again, you can put a candy cane in there. You can put chocolate in there. My grandchildren made these. Aren't they adorable? You could give them away just as is, as a little gift, a little ornament. You can give it to your favorite barista. You can sell these. You can do whatever you want. You could bring them somewhere that's, you know, like a nursing home. Make them for a nursing home. Make them for a children's hospital. Give them away at, you know, maybe a medical facility or a nursing home. Everyone loves something homemade. Nothing better than a homemade gift. So this is Maria from Crochet A to Z. I hope you liked this tutorial of the Granny Square Treat Stocking and Ornament. Again, Maria from Crochet A to Z. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great evening. I hope you liked this tutorial. Love you all. Bye-bye.